In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to visualize the afternoon Foreman Huddle. I'm so excited about this video because this is really where the rubber meets the road. This is where we get things done. I'm really happy about this. In the previous videos, I've talked to you about the Team Weekly Tactical, which typically I do Monday morning, the Strategic Planning and Procurement Meeting, which happens Monday afternoon, unless you combine the two, then the Trade Partner Weekly Tactical, where we do the pull planning if you can fit it in, look ahead planning, and weekly work planning, which I like to do Tuesday afternoon, like I said, and then the daily afternoon Foreman Huddle happens every day to prepare work for the next. Now this is key. Real quick before I start, I like to have it in the afternoon because workers need to be focused in the morning with materials doing work when they're fresh. We do not want to reroute the crew mid-morning once they've already started. That loses production. If you need something, the time to know about it is the day before, and it's better for the crews because crews can then be doing staging, cleaning, mobilizing while you're in the office coordinating the day plan. Now you might be more tired, but remember, who are we attempting to support, enable, and optimize? It's the workers. So I strongly recommend having these huddles the afternoon before so that you can create the plan and really hit the ground running safely the next morning. So the afternoon Foreman Huddle, you'll do your work, right? You'll turn in, oh my gosh, this is so good. You'll make sure that trades are turning in and you're checking their daily reports, host the meeting, then you can work out any permits for the next day, like hot work permits, dig permits, confined space permits, anything else. They are ready. There is a plan. We have the information to the workers out in the field. It's absolutely genius. So in this meeting, you will, unless you have this meeting out in the field, which you totally can, you can just design your boards. You have your foreman around the table. It personally doesn't bother me that they're sitting down. They work most of the day. Let's give their knees a rest. They're on their legs. They're standing up most of the day, so I don't care if they're sitting down. Okay, so your superintendent, field engineer, right? A really nice idea is, and because it's in the afternoon, to also have the project engineer in here as well to answer any questions, and then the foremen are around the table and you have your visuals. Now, this is key. In this meeting, the idea is to create a day plan that everybody can see, know, and follow for the next day, okay? So we've already used the team board in our team weekly tactical. We have already used the macro level and norm level tact plan in the procurement log in the strategic planning and procurement meeting, and we have already started to identify roadblocks and constraints in the trade partner weekly tactical. This is the afternoon Foreman Huddle, okay? And in the afternoon Foreman Huddle, yes, you guessed it, before the meeting actually even starts, the foreman can come up here and mark off. You should probably mark it off as a team, but check mark it or whatever. Mark off any constraints or roadblocks that have been solved, and they get to mark anything new and keep this identify board current all the time. This saves time in the meeting. It makes it visual, and you can get your foreman in a habit. Now, up here on the left, I typically like to have the weekly work plan with your handoffs, and over here, you're creating a day plan. Now, if you're a superintendent, you can ask the field engineer or the project engineer to actually run this part of the meeting, or at least run the visuals, meaning like actually type in the day plan items in the right format, either in Word or PDF or Canva, however you want to do it, while you're running the meeting. But the bottom line is weekly work plan. We're attempting to go from the weekly work plan to create the day plan as a part of this meeting. Okay, so this is genius. In the meeting, what you'll do before you start is identify problems. So I'll just say identify problems, okay? Then when you start the meeting, you'll have your typical things like your shout outs, your positive or constructive feedback from the trades, all of the human stuff that create connections, you know, right? However you want to do it. But the bottom line in this meeting is we have to get to a day plan from the weekly work plan. So you're typically going to ask, how did we do yesterday? How did we do today? And are we set up for tomorrow? And right then and there is a good time to talk about any of these issues just right away. Once you've done that, you're going to start to fill out a day plan. Now this is key. The day plan, I like to put it on Canva. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Let me talk to you about this. If this is on Canva, then it can automatically go out to a QR code link to where everybody on the project site anywhere, either remote or on-site, can see the plan for the day. So I like to have this on Canva, the FE or the PE actually running that visual while we're talking about it as a team from the weekly work plan and from our ability to solve problems. Okay, so what you'll do as a part of the day plan is say, what shout outs do we want to get to the workers tomorrow? What is the weather? What is the general plan that we're going to discuss? What inspections do we have? What material deliveries? Where do they go and when are they arriving, right? What really critical work do we have? What permits do we have? Confined space or hot work permits or dig permits. Let's write that down. Let's talk about what is the major safety focus for the next day? Is it rain? Is it slips and falls? Is it fall protection? Is it working around the crane? And then talk about, as foremen, as last planners, what is the 2-minute training that we're going to give in the worker huddle tomorrow? So this day plan has, and we have these templates for you, by the way, in the weekly work plan and the day plan format. You're going to go through each item and ask the group, hey, what key things do we need to prepare and communicate for the workers the next day? If you're able to do that, then you've done your job. Now, as you create this plan, again, you'll spend most of the rest of the time going through these roadblocks and constraints and doing the IDS framework. Identify, discuss, and solve. Once you have your plan, I'll write that down, you're going to identify, discuss, and solve. Now, if any of this right here changes any of this, you have this real time, and I'll mark this in red, you can make any adjustments to the plan by the time you're finished with that. But the idea is solve problems, remove problems out ahead so that the crews can do their work. If you've done this properly, then the foreman can go do their specific planning and you are ready to communicate it to the workers in the morning worker huddle, okay? So this is how the meeting goes. I think I've covered everything. The bottom line is that day plan has got to be visually communicated to the whole project site. If the whole project site can't see the plan for the day, oh my gosh, this is such a good point, then they can't do their job. And you cannot, as a team, cover for each other as a project management team because you don't have a plan for the day. So make sure in the afternoon Foreman Huddle, you're preparing, you're identifying the requirements from the weekly work plan, bringing those over to the day plan, really focusing on handoffs, okay? And creating a day plan that you can adjust as you solve problems that can be sent out and enable you to cover for each other and to enable the workers in the morning worker huddle. So this is the gist of the meeting. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.